Good to see you all. Thank you. Today we have from 15 countries, we have all the auto sales masters and we have them on the seminar here today. And now we have about 4 questions from all the masters here today. Will you be okay with receiving questions from the stage? The first question, we will ask him the first question. Okay. Can you put the first question on the screen, please? Is it on the stage? I was able to become an auto sales master after working hard. Now that I'm here today, I would like to hear about the importance of auto sales master. Could you tell us about the importance of them? You have worked so hard to make it to auto sales masters. Auto sales masters is from the sense of Atomy, they're very much a core stage for Atomy. Auto sales masters is like you have succeeded the first stage, first step. You could make some money for your daily life, and that's just about where you're at. And you could also make some extracurricular money before auto sales master. When you're working hard, you could get some pension. You could also use some money, and you might be using more money than making more money before you're at auto sales. It could depend on what you're really doing, but that's about usually the case. But you have gotten over the break-even point by now. Now you're making profit instead of losses. And that's where you're at as an auto sales master. So auto sales masters here, all the things you do is very important for Atomy. Since you are now all auto sales masters, your experiences should help. You should help your partners become auto sales masters as well. Usually, auto sales masters, when you're working as auto sales masters, when we look at how it really works, there's 2 on each side. There's people who are in a lower rank than you on both sides of you. If you're a diamond master, you have sales masters on both sides, so 4 total. But two on each side, this isn't how you should be thinking. Because if you think that, there could be some problems later on. Because out of all the partners you have, 2 on the right side, 2 on the left side, if one person gives up in the middle, or for example, it might be hard for you to become a leader in some situations. Some people, most people are actually good people, but not 100%. So 2 on each side shouldn't be all you care about. 3 on each side. 3. So 3 on each side and then 3 on the other side. So 6 total would be ideal. There's a word meaning a smart rabbit digs up 3 holes. This is a famous saying. But rabbits usually only need 1 holes. But why do they dig up 3? So you need extra sometimes for your survival. So 6 on each side. Having 6 on each sides is ideal. Then people around you, you have around 12 people around you that you are directly leading. If you look at the Bible, Jesus had 12 apostles. So one person should have about 12 people. The most people could nurture about 12 people. There's a company in America called New Skin. There's a blue diamond, and you become a blue line if you have 12 direct people following you. We only have 2 people on our sides, but as the times go on, as the ranks increase, you should have 6 on each side, so 12 total. So you should lead 12 people total. You have to think that you will make those 12 people succeed no matter what. And this is the mindset you should have. If you're since you've become an auto sales master and you have 2 on each side, you should think that, oh, they should help me raise higher. They're going to make me succeed. I mean, that could be a possibility, but a leader should not be a leader because there are other people. They shouldn't make a leader successful. You're making other people successful as a leader. Leader makes other people successful. In Atomy, Atomy chairman is not succeeded by people who are working. Atomy chairman is making other people successful. So when I was introduced, they introduced me as the pilot of Atomy, or like the leader of Atomy. The reason for that is because I did not succeed because of other people's works and help. I don't think other people are making me successful. I think that I am the one who should make everyone successful. So even now, I am working as a leader, and that's why I'm called a leader even till now. You all should work to make others successful. You have that goal as a leader now. So, auto sales master is the first step of becoming a leader. A leader must do 2 things. The first thing a leader should do is creating vision. When we give a vision, a leader who does not give a vision is not a leader. In a military, if a sergeant tells his people that there is no goal, that's not going to work. If a chief doesn't give a order of where they're headed to, all the other military men are lost. Those kind of military could never win in a war. So a chief should give a direct and clear goal and clear destination. And then Atomy. What is the goal for Atomy? There's only one goal. Atomy's goal. Do you know where that one is? It's being an imperial master. Making 100 million a month is the goal for Atomy. So all of you what should you tell your partners? You should tell them we should become an imperial master who makes $100 million a month. I will help you so that you could be an imperial master. This is what you should be able to tell them. That's what makes you a qualified leader. Does that make sense to everyone? Raise your hands and wave if you could understand what I'm saying right now. Next thing a leader should have is having servant leadership, being able to serve others. you're working hard for your partner to succeed. So to accomplish that, you have to serve your partners. If you don't work passionately, nothing can be accomplished. Even now, I am working with so much passion. Even now, in the newspaper in Korea, I'm still publishing something for the people to read, a script. And I'm writing during the day. And during the day, I do other works. So your partner, for them to succeed, you have to lose your sleep and work for them. Leaders don't sleep. Don't sleep. What am I supposed to do if I don't sleep? People, even if they work without sleeping, they still sleep. People just collapse. They just faint one day if they don't get enough sleep. So you faint and then you wake up from that fainting and then you start working again. That's what a leader should do. I'm so sad. I'm so thankful that there's only 24 hours in a day. If the day was 100 hours, I have to work 100 hours. But even if I work a lot, I could only work for 24 hours. I'm only working hard for 24 hours. All the employees here are trying to make me do something. They're making me work so hard, but it's only 24 hours. They only have 24 hours to bother me like that and making me do stuff. If 100 hours, if it was 100 hours a day, they would have to make me work 100 hours a day. So I'm so thankful that it's only 24 hours. The leaders don't sleep. A president of a country, prime ministers, all the leaders of the countries, do you think they're sleeping all they want? I don't think so. I'm sure they're very busy. They're losing sleep over their work. They're getting schedules every 5-10 minutes. And they're working so hard as presidents and as prime ministers. And they're working so hard. They're getting work consistently. All the leaders of a company, from a big company, all the leaders from there, do you think they all sleep so comfortably? I don't think so. I think they work really hard. I think they work harder than the employees there. So you also, as a leader, since you're a leader now, you should work by losing sleep. And I truly believe that. I'm not going to sleep anymore. People faint if you don't sleep. You don't die just because you don't sleep. You just faint. It's not that bad. Raise your hand if you're going to become a leader who's not going to sleep. Please raise your hand. Wave your hand if you're going to be a leader. Are you all trying to sleep? Why aren't you waving your hands? Are you all trying to go to bed tonight? I'm not gonna go on to the next session until all of you wave your hands and tell me that you're not gonna sleep. You're a leader only if you lose sleep. Thank you for waving your hands.
회장님 1번 답변. 네네.
다 했어요.
네.
다음 질문.
제가 한번 들으면서 이제 좀 랩업을 드리자면 회장님께서 리더가
Time to summarize what Chairman Park said. Top 4, the 4 points that he said is first, to become like a rabbit that digs 3 holes, right? To have 3 partners each on left and right side, to train your partners, to have good competency, and next is to have a servant leadership. Next question is, as you see on the screen, The process of diligently running the business, issues often arise that deviate from principles. I am unsure of what attitude to maintain and how to contribute to my team. Jen Park, could you please explain about a principle-oriented mindset? I think you've heard before that we must stick to principles. So what are the principles that makes Atomy successful? What is the principle that will make you successful? For a distribution business to be successful, it's simple. Selling good products at an affordable price. What about you? Are you confident that Atomy has good products? If you study our business, you will know that and be confident the absolute quality and the absolute price of our products. If you do not feel that way, these are people who have not had this kind of, if you don't have this confidence, that means you have not used our products or researched deep enough. But if you've looked into our products or business, you can see that our quality and price is very good, right? But if it's the products that we sell are everyday household products, what do you think will happen? Of course, they will sell well, right? You must have confidence in this.
이 칫솔치약 내가 품질과 가격 면에서 평생 쓸만하다. 이 해모임이라는 건강식품
This hemoim or toothbrush or toothpaste in terms of quality and price, I think I can buy this. If you have this kind of confidence, right, then you will be able to do this business, and you must have that confidence. Then after that, right, after the confidence, you must have principles. And what are these principles? First, you must stick to the rules and laws by the country and by the company, and also morals or virtues. What about laws by the government? If you don't keep to the laws, right, you have to go to prison. There are some virtues that you have to keep while doing business. For example, you cannot tell other partners under the lines to come to your line, right? That's against our company policy. But then one person could continue boast about their lines, right? And so maybe this person has not forced or coerced a person to come to their line, but they have still they have solicited, right, the person. They have tempted the other partners who are in other lines to come to you. So all this to say that you have to keep to the principles, right? There are principles that make a network marketing company succeed. What is this? You must build a consumer group. There must be people who must use this product. There must be consumers that continually buy products. Our leaders, when they buy products, if they're buying the products regardless of the compensation plan, right? There must be consumers who buy products regardless of the compensation plan. In this case, the company can last 100 years. But for example, if products that are unnecessary and people are buying unnecessary products, in this case, we see this in a lot of other network marketing companies. But does this not exist in Atomy? Of course, this kind of action is also found in Atomy, right? People buy products with their card more than what they need in order to challenge the promotional rank. For example, if I buy products for $1,000, but the compensation comes out $1,000, in that case, I'm not stopping you, right? Of course, I'm not stopping you. But let's say next month, if your buying amount to the point where it makes your livelihood difficult, right? For these people, they have betrayed the principle of network marketing. There's no company that is sustainable that way. There are tens of thousands of network marketing companies in the world that have registered. Less than 10% have survived. So why did these network marketing companies fail? Of course, many companies, some did not even go up in sales, but some, they had huge sales, but one day just collapsed, right? I'm sure you've experienced this in your countries as well. And what is the purpose of the reason of this? That's because most people, these people have bought more than what they need. So it seems like it will turn out well for them. They will collapse in the end. And groups that do this, regardless of the business's principles, they will fail, right? So you must do a business where you're creating a consumer group. Once again, principles. Atomy has principles that makes the network marketing successful. We have affordable price and high quality, right? Then there are principles. No matter how good a company Atomy is, if we don't do the business according to Atomy's principles, then it will fail, right? So don't bet on products. Don't stock up on your products just so that you can receive a compensation. If you can keep these principles, you can succeed. And this is it for my answer. Thank you, Chairman Park.
원리를 아는 것, 애터미에서는 절대 품질, 절대 가격, 그리고 사업을 할 때 있어서 원칙을 아는 것.
So knowing the principles of network marketing and also Atomy is important. The third question
이전과 다르게 생각하고 마음을 먹어야 할 것이 있다면 어떤 것이 있을까요?라고
is as seen on the slide. Having become an auto sales master, is there any new mindset or attitude that we should have? Chairman Park, can you please answer? The principles of success is very, very easy. This is what scholars in success say. You must first think that you will become successful.
예를 들어서 여러분 주변에 뭐 산이 있는 그런 이제 뭐 나라도 있고 뭐
So there are countries that have many mountainous region. Some don't. For example, in Japan, there is Mount Fuji, right? But do you think a lot of Japanese people have climbed Fuji Mountain or no? There's a lot more that have not climbed Fuji Mountain. Those who have lived under Fuji Mountain, still many have not gone up. So why do you think this is the case? What do you think is a reason for this? That's because these people have not thought about climbing the mountain. So the reason why they have not become successful is because they do not think. They have not thought about becoming successful. When I say this, many people say, I have not rejected to become successful. But they cannot answer when we ask, what does it mean to be successful? When people, when they are asked, what is a successful life? How much money is enough? Most people cannot answer this. Most of them will just say, as much as possible, right? That is why in order to be successful, you must first think, right, that you'll be successful. And it must be very specific. You must know specifically how much money it is that you want. So you must write down on your life scenario, right, your goals. And you need to tell this to everyone, whomever it is that you meet. And this is Atomy business. Atomy is not a business where you sell products, you are selling dreams. Don't tell people, please buy our products. We are not people who sell products, right? We share our vision. So you say, my dream is to make $100,000 a month. And I want this to happen to you. Let me lead you, right? This is what Atomy business is. So in some sense, instead of selling our products, we are actually consultants. What are we consulting? We are consulting people's lives, right? Atomy members are consulting, are life consultants. You guys are acting as life consultants. So let's say you meet someone who is running a store. You need to ask them, will your life after, when you're older, is it secured, right? If not, then you should do Atomy. And the work that you are doing right now, when there is AI and robots, after 10 years, 20 years, will your job be secure, right? You need to ask them this question. They say 70% of today's jobs will disappear. Of course, 30% of new jobs will be created. That means 40% of jobs will not be replaced at all.
지금 한국에도 택배 로봇이 이제
Right now,
곧 나옵니다.
there are robots that will be delivering products.
지금 택배 로봇이 길거리 보행자로서의 자격을 취득을 했어요.
Right now, robots have received
택배가 아니고 택배 로봇은 사람하고
a license to be able to walk.
그러니까 인도로 다니고 횡단보도로 다니고 이렇게 하는 거예요.
They can walk on the pedestrian lane,
택배 로봇이
right?
사람하고 같기 때문에 자동차 도로로 가면 안 되는 거예요. 사람이 다니는 인도로 다니는 거예요. 그러니까
So robots will be able to walk
회사들도 다
where people walk, right? That means those who are delivery men will disappear soon. And when self-driving cars come out, all those who are driving will disappear.
지금 대부분의 직업들이 없어질 거기 때문에
So most of the jobs
7명의 직업은
will disappear. That means 7 of 10 jobs will disappear.
당신의 직업이 없어질 거다.
So, right, to them,
애터미 비즈니스라고 하는 이 새로운 직업을 가져야
you can tell them,
이렇게 여러분
you need to do
얘기를 해줘야 돼.
Atomy business. This is what you need to tell them.
이것이 단순하게 생계를 해결하는 걸로 끝나는 것이 아니고
But this is not about
당신을 부자로 만들어주고 성공자로
just
만들어주고
making you barely get by, right? But this is a business that can
당신하고 같이
give you
성공하고
$100,000 a month. And I've started this business and I will help you be successful. This is what you must tell them.
사람의 말이라고 하는 것은 영입니다. 영. 스피릿이.
But our speech, right? Our speech
지금 여러분들은 저의 눈으로 보고 있는 것은 뭐를 보고 있냐면은 이
has to do with the soul.
육체를 보고 있는 거예요.
So what you are seeing now with your eyes is my physical body, right?
바디 안에 영이 있습니다. 영이.
So there's a spirit inside of me,
스피릿의 활동이 뭘로 표현되냐면은 말로 표현돼요.
and this spirit
근데 이
is expressed as my words.
엄청난 능력을 가지고 있어요.
But this spirit inside of me has an amazing power.
우리가 보통 육, 혼, 영.
So we say we have a soul, spirit,
물론 뭐
and mind, right?
영혼을 묶어서
Of course, soul and spirit
이렇게 두 개로 나누는 학자들도 있지만
can be grouped together,
세 개로
but I believe
나누는 것을 좋아합니다.
the soul, spirit,
우리 사람이 가지고
the
있는
mind, spirit, and body, I think,
육체적인
are the
능력을
3 components of
우리
a human's
가지고 있는 소울이 가지고 있는
being.
지적 능력
So the
그것이 더 힘-
intelligent part and the spirit part, which do you think is stronger?
이 능력하고 어느 것이 더
So knowledge and spirit, which do you think is more powerful?
지적 능력이 훨씬 더 위대합니다. 큽니다.
Of course, the knowledge part is more
예를 들어보면
strong. Let me give you an example.
예를 들면은 뭐
For
삽으로
example, if I'm digging up a hole with a shovel, I might be getting stronger, but it's harder to use a shovel that's 10 times bigger than other people. Maybe 2 times, but if it's 10 times bigger, I don't think I could even carry it.
지적 능력,
But intelligence, having brain power, if you make a construction machine, you could use it with 100 times the power of a human muscle strength. It's so much stronger than muscle strength. So the intelligence has so much power than the bare muscles. What's stronger than muscle power and the intelligence power? That is the power of intelligence. Human has that spiritual power, and that is the strongest. That spiritual power is shown through talk. Even in the Bible, it says, this thing you say, what you say is the spirit and life. So that is strength, and it's really important what you say. If you say you're going to become someone who makes 1 million a month, if you keep on saying this, you will become someone who makes $100 million a month. Spirit doesn't really matter with logic. If you say it, it just happens. There's an example. There's an actual real life example. The things you said, everything you said just happens. It didn't happen really logically, but it was like a miracle. You are in that site right now because I am that man of miracles. I had a $28 million car, and do you know what I said at that time? I had 17 people in the first seminar. Do you know what I said? If you could be making 100 million a month, you will become that people who are successful. You will live in the most expensive house. You will be able to live in the most expensive house in the city, and you'll be making so much money that you will be paying a lot of tax. I was poor back then, and that 17 people were all very poor as well. There was an imperial master, Park Jung-soo, Im Seung-taek imperial master, Kim Sung-il imperial master, and Choi Kyu-jung crown master, and Park Young-ok imperial master as well. Out of those 17 people, 10 people who didn't leave became successful. And out of those people, they have made over $1 billion in like a truckload of money. The things you say, all of these things that happened doesn't even make sense. The car that I had back then was so cheap, but I told them that they were gonna be making $1 billion. But I said that and it actually happened. There's miracles in our life. We talk about this in the Bible as well. In the Bible, it says that there's miracles that happen in the Bible, and it also happens in our life. And how to make that miracle is by saying and talking about it. When you meet other people, you don't have to say, oh, please buy this product. Don't say that. You tell them that you are doing a business that makes 100 million, and you can too if you follow me. This is what you should tell them. I will be your consultant. I'll be your guide to make you someone who makes 100 million. And I will let you get on that business. And that is how you do Atomy business. Most people think more logically. They try to argue logically. But if the money is small, they are more logical. If you tell them that you're gonna make a million, a few million, they're gonna be doing the calculations in their head. And they might think that's kind of hard to do. But if you tell them that they're gonna be making $100,000, they can't even really contemplate or calculate that in their head. So they just follow because they don't really fully grasp the idea of it. So people who follow aren't making it because they're thinking logically. These are all people who are lunatics. So the things the successors are saying, these people all heard from other people that they were crazy, that they were lunatics. Even when I first started Atomy, all the people told me that I was crazy, that it was unhinged. Like they told me that the car I'm driving is so cheap, and he's telling us that he's gonna let us drive these expensive fancy cars and will give us 100 million won a month. People told me I was crazy. When I told them this was gonna be a global company and that this was gonna be a great company, everyone just told me that I was going crazy. But look what's happening now. We are a global company. you're looking at me now from 15 countries. I'm talking to all of you. And like, what would you say? Like, this is a global company. But when it first started, it was just 17 people. People who argued and calculated, and people who told me I was crazy and unhinged, they all left. Those people who left in the beginning, they're all still poor. But 7 people left out of those 17, and 10 people stayed with me. And that 10 people are rich and successful. And they're taking flights. They're not even taking economy flights. They're taking business and first class. They're laying down on the airplane. They're doing business so comfortably now. When you think about this, people might think the possibility of it happening and of it not happening, 90% of them think that it's not going to really happen, that it's more unlikely. And maybe they have 1% thought that it will succeed. But that 90 to 99% of telling them that thinking that it's not going to succeed, it doesn't matter. That 1%, that 10% hope is what you focus on when you're in a dark cave. And in that far, far away, if you see like a coin-sized light coming in, and there's like a little light, and if that 1% of light comes in, you will still walk towards that light to get out of this darkness, and that light will get bigger, and one day you'll be out of the cave and you'll see a bright outside world. But if you see that little coin-sized light coming in, if you think, oh my god, how am I gonna go out through that little hole? And if you're stuck in that cave and in that darkness, they will die in that darkness. And I hope you look at the small possibility of success, and I hope you continue walking, looking at that little hope of success. So how do you succeed? You have to tell them that you do $100 million won worth business. A lot of people will tell you that you're crazy and run away from you. If you meet 100 people, if 100 people don't follow you back, you have to meet 1,000. And in 10 days, after talking to 100 people, it's 1,000. And maybe in that 1,000 people, maybe there might be someone who's crazier than you, who might believe you and follow you. So when you set a goal, set a dream, you're not doing it logically. And one more thing. Usually, when you set a goal and you walk towards that goal, you might meet an obstacle. And a lot of people hope that that obstacle doesn't exist, and hope that obstacle is small, and hope to kind of avoid that obstacle. But even if you avoid it, there's other obstacles. Whatever job you took, you had an obstacle. That's probably why you failed up until now. So don't try to avoid obstacles. Don't try to make it smaller. You have to grow your vision. You have to grow the vision wheel, your wheel of vision. Dream your real dream. If that obstacle is the size of your fist, if your reel is also the size of your fist, it won't be able to pass by that fist-sized obstacle. But if your vision is really big, it's going to be able to overcome that fist-sized obstacle very easily. If that wheel of vision is big as the London Eye, the Ferris wheel, it will be able to cross by some mountains, some rivers very easily because it's very, very, very big. in your life will give you obstacles, but you can't make them smaller. But you could grow the size of your vision. If you think that if you could make 100 million won per month, you have to have that type of goal. And you have to keep on telling your goal to other people. And that's how you finally make it. Is this easy or not? Is this easy or difficult? This is very easy. You all have the power to do so. Power to make that happen. You all have a mouth. You could just tell everyone. This Atomy business, it's not a small business. It's a big business. You will be able to give money to your generation after generation. And for 100 years, you'll be making 100 billion won. When you make this 100 billion won, do you think you could achieve this by sleeping a lot? If you give up just because one person disagreed? Your wheel of vision should grow. You should grow them. And you should write that in your life scenario. And you should tell 100 people about that life scenario. And when that happens, you might meet someone who's crazier than you. You meet someone who are more unhinged than you. They might be like, oh, I want to make 100 million. Maybe they'll tell you that they've been looking for one like this too. I hope you all become crazy, all become lunatics. I hope you all hear from other people that you are crazy. I hope you go outside to hear that you're crazy from 100 people, and you will all become a crazy, successful person. And I will end it here. Thank you. You gave us a great response, and that was so impressive. Thank you. To briefly summarize it, they said successful person has to have a dream, but it has to be detailed. And Atomy business is about dreaming big and consulting it, and consulting other people's dreams as well. And this is the last question that I would like to ask you today. I will give you the last question. As days go by, I become prouder of doing the Atomy business. I'm curious about the Atomy's future. What do you think in your view? Atomy's future, when I started the business, I already drew out the future. The first one is becoming a top one company. And in this world, I want to be better than any of the companies that exist in this world. As a distribution company, to become number one, we have to have the most sales. My goal is to win over Walmart. Walmart makes about 6 trillion and win over Amazon. And as a distribution company, as a whole, there's only about 200 trillion. Every distribution company. But Amway, Herbalife, and all these other distribution companies, I think, I hope, and I believe that Atomy is going to make more than every other distribution companies combined. And we're going to surpass how much Walmart makes. And that's how the system will work. And in this distribution company, behind it, and I'm going to have Ajamor become that foundation for that. It will win over Amazon and Walmart. It will have everything they sell. It sells everything they sell. But in this world, out of all the shopping malls that have normal everyday products, Atomy is the only one that does those type of businesses. Amway and Newskin said that they were gonna do what we do. They're gonna make a new planet, Common X, and they were gonna do a business like that. They've already announced this, but they failed. But Atomy did not fail. It started from Korea, and now it grew so big. Don't ask me to make it so big already, but Ajamol and Atomy, when we could only launch it when it overcomes the Atomy sales. But in Korea, we have Ajamol. You could still buy it directly from Korea. We can't launch it overseas, but we could still deliver to all the countries that have Atomy in them. So you could still order from the Ajamol. Over in this whole world, we are trying to be number one. We're trying to take over the world. And that's the mindset we had. And we're going to become a top company and becoming a hub for a distribution company. We want every product to go through Atomy. That is the goal we have. And we want to be a global company and accomplish globalization. In 26 companies, we have branches in each. Right now, even though we're not outside, even if we're not in that specific company, you could buy everything you want from Europe and you could still start the Atomy business. So businesses you could do Atomy in is actually 60 companies and not 26. Italy, France. There isn't a specific branch there, but in Spain and Italy, Netherlands, Belgium, Norway, they all have, you could still do an Atomy business there. And you could also buy Atomy products from 100 countries. So Atomy is very much globalized. And it will become a hub for distribution and it will be a top company. In some ways, becoming a priority company. We've already done that. We have done that in a few fields. We have GPTW. It's a company that's hard to work, that's good to work with. And in that survey, we are second in Asia. I looked at what the first company was. I looked at what the top one was. And it was a company that was selling tons of gasoline somewhere in Saudi Arabia. And I think it's run by a royal, maybe the family is running. I think that's what's happening. So in Asia, that they're number one, and Atomy is number two. Whatever it is, the first, I'm trying to make it the best company to work for in the world and for the employees. I'm trying to give them the most money for our employees. And that's the thought I have. In Korea, in Atomy Korea, they receive the most money compared to other companies, compared to Samsung, Hyundai, but Atomy is trying to be a better company that pays a lot more to the employees. Don't worry about your pensions because we are going to still keep your pensions. But if our employees work very well and they work very efficiently with few members, they're working for their pensions. So that's what I'm trying to work for. And whatever happens, in donation wise, we are number one in Korea. And I want that to happen socially. I want us to be donating for ESG as well. We want to be number one in that field as well. And in every single field, we want us to win. And if we win in every field, we will become that top one company.
지금 한국에서 유통회사 중에서
Right now, out of the distribution companies, the managerial safety index
이런 거 1위입니다.
in terms of cash
그래서 각 나라에서 다 1위를
cash rotation and some of these areas, we are already number one. So if we can become number one in many
회사 걱정하지 마시고요.
sectors, we can become number one. Don't worry about the company.
여러분 조직을 좀 잘 키우세요. 애터미 회사 초창기부터요. 회사가 어떤 문제가 없냐고 따지는 사람들이 있어요.
There are many people who are worried about our company from the beginning.
보니까 나중에는요. 회사는 애터미 회사는 초일류 기업이 됐는데 지는 지금도 가난뱅이로 남아 있는 사람들이 있더라고요. 여러분 회사 걱정 안 하셔도 됩니다.
Once again, do not worry about Atomy as a company. A company that is only half of our company can still be successful. If there was a company that was only half of Atomy, I would not have founded Atomy. I would have worked there. I'm not saying we are perfect, but it's enough for you to succeed in, to be successful in. So don't worry about our company. So just grow your organization. Let's say Atomy had collapsed. There are still people who will not fail. Who are those people? What are kind of the people are not collapsing? It is the ones who have took care of their group and their partners so much that even when Atomy disappears and they move on to a different company, their partners will follow them, right? That kind of people, those kind of people, even if they change companies, their partners will respect them and follow them. And this business will not fail, right? But even if the Atomy disappears, this field will not disappear, network marketing, right? But let's say your sponsor moves a company. But you don't even want to follow them because of that person's character, right? So if you have the energy, don't worry about our company and grow your community, grow your group. A leader is someone who makes their partners successful. And it begins by telling them that you will be responsible for them. That is my answer. Thank you, Chairman Park, for your answer.
구독, 좋아요 눌러주세요.